Alright, today we're going to be working on a lawnmower, push lawnmower. This is self-driven, so you can either push it or you can pull the handle that's self-driven from the front. This is a yard machine, 21-inch cutting width with the 550E series, 140 cc's. What we're going to do is pretty much maintenance it. We're going to replace the little air pushing knob here, the filter, and the spark plug. Eventually I'm going to replace the whole distributor, but that will be another video. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the Poodle cable. Basically you'll loosen up this part right here, and the cable will loosen up and wind down. Next, you're going to get an 8mm socket. Okay, you can use a hand tool or you can use a drill. Basically, there's 3 8mm bolts that's holding this down, and you're going to, of course, loosen it up. Again, I said 3. There's 3, and then you lift from top, and there you have it. Alright, first thing we're going to do is, this is where the filter goes, straight to where the distributor. It's latched on the top, so you just pull this tab here and you pull down. This is where the air filter is. And it's like a sponge, as you can see how much oil buildup it is. And a new one is going to be a lot cleaner, but I'll show you all the new parts once we get to that point of replacing. Okay. Now I'm going to take this part off, and it's going to be 2 8mm and then 2 932 socket. First, the 8mm is going to be 2 on each side here. And drill that off. That's 2 there. And then the second one is the 932. Go with 9/32. That's 1. And that's 2. And then that just pops right off. And from the back, what I've done is, you won't have a clamp, but I connected a clamp to it because that's where the air suction goes through. And so for me, I added a clamp, so I'm just going to loosen that up to release everything. And that's, for me, it's just going to be a flat head. Loosen it up and then pull out. So once you release that, it just comes right out. And then, as you can see right here, let me shine a light to it. This is where this is the distributor part, and there's a washer or an O-ring, you may say, that goes right here, and that's where it wears out. And when it wears out, there's going to be an air leak from there, and that will cause your motor to die out. But when you buy a replacement of the distributor, it will come with a new O-ring and everything. But right now, we're just going to replace this and the air filter. So here's the new replacement stuff. So we got the new air fuel pressure pump. It's going to be replacing this one. This is a lot harder, and it's going to suck more, while this is kind of worn down after a while. it'll wear down where it'll make a hole through the side, and it won't cause a good suction. Again, and then this, we're going to replace the spark plug. They recommend you replacing spark plug every year, but it all depends on, you know, if you take it out and you see if there's buildup at where the gap is of the spark plug, or it's rusted and congested or whatever, then that's a sign of replacing. But I haven't replaced mine for about 5 years, so gives me time to replace. And then of course we got the new air filter, and this is a new one compared to the old one. And as you can see, with all the grass and stuff building up and oil, it won't let the motor breathe or suck, so gotta have a replacement. And sometimes when you buy online or whatever, you should buy a couple more, because you know, you're gonna need them, and depending how much you cut your yard in a year. So we're gonna replace this little pressure thing. So basically just go in there, and it's gonna have a plastic clip thing, and so when you pop it in, it's just gonna clip into that little area. So you're gonna get a flat head and just kind of go in there and pry it out. It might be a little tough, but it'll happen. Of course, there's always a fight. There it goes. There's the old clip. So the new one's just going to go back in place the same way and push in there, and it'll clip on. You can hear it clipping in. And there it goes. And there you have it. It's the new one. And again, with the air filter, this goes right into place like so. And then when I put this back on the motor, it's going to sit on there like that. And there you have it. You can hear it already building pressure to suck on the gas into the carburetor. So next we're going to replace the spark plug, and that's at the front of the lawnmower, in the front. So what you're going to do is follow the cable, and you're going to pull this cable off the spark plug. And what you're going to use to take off the spark plug is a 5/8. 5/8 will fit perfectly over that. And then of course, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Break it loose, and then you can turn it by hand. Of course, it's going to be greasy and oily, so it's going to slip. Once you completely taken the spark plug off, you're going to compare it and match it to the new one, just to be sure that you have the right spark plug, because you don't want to have the incorrect one. You don't match. If you don't match it and you put the new one and it's the wrong one, then you know it's not going to work. So there you have it. This is the actual one that came with the lawnmower when purchased. Okay, this is the new one, and it does look a tad bit different. So it looks like our spark plug is incorrect. So we'll find the right one, and we'll replace it. All right, we're gonna get the new spark plug. We're gonna put it in the port where the spark plug goes. You're just gonna start the thread by hand. You never want to start tightening any type of thread by tool or drill, whatever. You want to always start it by hand because you want to make sure that it turns in. Okay, and once it starts turning 2 to 3 turns, then you can use your tool to actually screw it all the way in. That's just safety. And then you get your, and then hand tight it. You don't have to tighten it too tight. And then you connect the cable, and there you have it. All right, we're going to put this compartment that we replaced back onto the carburetor. And so it's very simple. There's 2 knobs right here that will go set in place in 2 sides, and that's going to center it. And then of course this has an O-ring on the carburetor, and this hose right here is going to connect right into here. So you just plug that in there, and then the hose just connects through the back. Yours won't have this strap. Mine will. And then through the front, again, we have 2 8mm and 2 3/8. No, I'm sorry. 9/32. So we'll start with the 9/32. Let's drill that in. Go ahead and start drilling halfway, and get the other one, drill it in place. Once you get that in, then you can tighten it up. And then next, you get the 2 8mm bolts. You start it out, get the other one in there, and then tighten it up. And then from there, you're going to put your new air filter or spongy onto that cover, and then close it up with the cover over that, and you're done with that. And from there, you can go ahead and put the pulling rope thing back onto the motor. And again, this is going to be 3 8mm. Start it out with finger tightening or hand tightening, and then slowly start the drill. Make sure each one of them goes in place. Once they're all in, then tighten it up. 1, 2, 3. And then with the pull, a lot of times it'll be tight. Once you pull the clutch down, it'll be easy to release, and then you put the strap back into there, and then you have completed the work. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to put it down on the bottom, and like the video. Thank you.